we doing here?
Fernando is faster than you.
Crucial move in the championship. Fernando Alonso goes past or through Felipe Massa, his Ferrari teammate, and into the lead.
3 more laps to go, Lewis. 3 more laps.
Oh, is that
That's Lewis Hamilton's gone off. Lewis Hamilton's lost it. There's a from Vettel has lost it there on Jensen Button, and that's gone.
Are you still in the race for this championship?
No, not really.
Everyone thought they had a shot. Red Bull had the speed, McLaren had the pedigree, but Ferrari, they had everything. The car, passion, and a man on a mission. It was the perfect combo to get back on top. Motivation higher than ever. If 2010 wasn't the year, then when would it be? This is the absolute dumbest way to lose a championship. 2010, what a time to be alive. Blackberries are still a thing. Waka Waka plays on every radio. Unironically, the world just feels simpler. The world, except Formula 1. Because that year, my guy Bernie decides to just lose his damn mind. Refueling? Banned. Now the cars start with full tanks. Nearly 160 kilos of fuel. That's like the weight of a 6-month-old baby panda after eating bamboo all day long. Cute if you're at a zoo. Horrifying if you're at Eau Rouge. Tires? Cursed. One lap too aggressive and they disintegrate faster than a group project. And if you think that's enough, the point system? Yep, they flipped that too. Now the winner gets 25 points. Even 10th place gets a cookie. That means more surprises, heartbreaks, and of course, cooking. But wait, we're still not done. Because while the rulebook was catching fire, the grid, it completely reshuffled. Red Bull had built a monster, and it was designed by Adrian Newey. Translation? GG everyone. But here's the twist. The RB6 wasn't built for one king. It came with 2 crowns, and 2 very different gladiators. Sebastian Vettel, the chosen one. A 22-year-old kid who made God look at Toro Rosso in 2008 and go, okay, maybe just this once.
Vettel hits it, and away we go. We're racing at Monza. Sebastian Vettel leads a Grand Prix for the first time. Toro Rosso gets its moment in the sun. Sebastian Vettel is a Grand Prix winner for the first time. He's the youngest ever, and that's one of the greatest things I've ever seen in Grand Prix racing.
Wow, youngest ever winner at the time. He didn't just arrive, he kicked the damn door in like an FBI raid. But that was 2 years ago, and in F1, 2 years is an eternity. Because now he's in the bull. The pressure is heavier, the cameras are closer, the expectations way louder. Then there's Mark Webber, older, tougher, louder. Always good, never the guy. After spending the decade as the underdog.
And the unluckiest man in Formula 1, without any doubt, Mark Webber, parked in the pits out of his home Grand Prix.
Still plenty of smoke coming out of that Red Bull.
He's out of the race.
He knew this was it. His best car, his best shot. Would it really be a good idea to put them on the same team? Only time would tell. Meanwhile, at McLaren, things were no better. They decided it would be a great idea to sign 2 world champs. First, Lewis Hamilton, 2008 champion.
Can Hamilton do anything? Can he run it up the inside of Vettel? Only a few corners to go now, and desperation starts to creep in for Lewis Hamilton.
And is that clock going slowly?
It is,
That's
it's clock. Oh my goodness me, Hamilton's back in position again.
Yes.
The 2008 Formula 1 World Champion, Lewis Hamilton.
Born to race, brilliant, ruthless, unstoppable on a good day.
And Lewis Hamilton wins! A wonderful victory for Lewis Hamilton, through now to take his 4th victory.
But 2009, a mess. The car was awful for half of the season, and so was he.
Okay, Lewis, I'm sorry, we cannot continue racing. We cannot continue racing.
He left that year angry, hungry, with something to prove. And he thought it'd be easy, until the guy he was supposed to beat showed up, holding a trophy and shampoo. Jensen Button. Smooth, precise, emotionally balanced like a yoga instructor. Somehow world champion after winning 6 of the first 7 races in 2009, and then basically just defending like a maniac. But he knew that miracle wasn't happening twice. So he dipped from brawn faster than a free iPhone pop-up ad and joined McLaren. All of this chaos, all of these silent wars between teammates. And then, like a ghost from a different time, the silence broke. 7 titles, 91 wins. This didn't feel real. The Kaiser was back, just not in red. This time, silver. Yeah, something about it just felt off. like seeing Batman in flip-flop. And you know, everyone wanted to believe that the old magic was still there, but the board still had one piece left to play. Because while the world was busy watching legends return and teammates implode, one team made a move that just felt right. My guy Paella man Fernando Alonso, two-time champ and choreographer in his spare time. This wasn't a simple contract. Ferrari hadn't won a title since 2007. The magic of Schumi had faded. The Kimi years were quietly archived, and the Tifosi was starving for a new messiah. They didn't want another fast driver. They wanted him. However, it's important to mention at 28, El Matador wasn't the young prodigy anymore. Or so we thought, because he's still racing 15 years after. Anyway, this was the shot, the team, the car. Oh wait, did I say that already? Yeah, because in 2010, everyone thought they were the main character. We even had 24 cars on track. The season hadn't even started yet, and it was already full of madness. Not because of innovation, not because of balance. This felt like we were gonna have an epic season. But do you know what else would be epic? Seeing you subscribing to this channel. Anyway, nothing was guaranteed. Nothing except for one thing: chaos. Bahrain. From the very first lap, it was clear this season wasn't going to take it slow. Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, even Mercedes, they all looked strong. The top 6 spots in qualifying were shared between them. Tight gaps, real competition. Although with Vettel on pole, fans started to think that the energy drink had entered their Monster era. Did you get it? Red Bull, Monster? No? Okay. Then Sunday came, and things went downhill fast. Webber started sick, but into turn 1, he locked up, rear-ended Hamilton, and smoked up half the field.
There was a problem there. Was it for Mark Webber? Mark Webber, there's all sorts of blue smoke coming out of the rear of it.
Car now had all the balance of a toddler on roller skates. He fought back to P8, but it was damage control from the start. On the other hand, up front, Seb looked calm, controlled the race like a true champion in the making until lap 33.
So Sebastian Vettel struggling, so sim the engine problems.
And a lot of power,
Understood.
His sitting target on the pit straight. And then Alonso will have the clear air that he craves to cool that Ferrari down. Yeah, I think it's got an exhaust broken or something like that. He's going to drive clean past him.
Alonso's through and past Vettel, and how much longer will it take for Massa to move through as well? There goes Massa on the inside of Vettel, and he's absolutely powerless. The man who started from pole.
Disaster. Both Ferraris sweep past like it's a drive-through. After that, he managed to finish P4, but the win was gone, evaporated. A tough blow for the Milton Keynes team. Meanwhile, Paella man didn't need a second invite. First race in red, first win.
First race for Ferrari, and he's a winner in Bahrain. Fernando Alonso wins for the first time in 2010.
Only the 6th driver in Scuderia history to do it on debut. Looks like the eyebrows landed in the right place. And don't forget about Filipinho, who, returning from that terrifying crash in Hungary, crossed the line second. A Ferrari 1-2, the best possible start. No one could believe it. And in Australia, the chaos only escalated. Why? Glad you asked.
They're out now, and Vettel's away, gingerly but ahead. Webber moves across, but Massa comes charging through up into 3rd place there. Alonso's going backwards as Button seems to come through on the outside.
There's the initial contact. It's Button against Alonso and Schumacher.
And I've only shown you 5 laps. In lap 6, Button gambles for slicks.
Is that Jenson Button?
Somebody's pitting for slicks, presumably. Button looks like he's coming in.
That is Jenson Button for a
set of slicks. Great.
It looks dumb, but for about 2 laps, the track dries. And suddenly he's flying while everyone else is on the wrong tyres. One of them, Seb, who was dominating again. However, just like in Bahrain, reliability left his side. This time, his brakes gave up.
Sebastian Vettel is out. Sebastian Vettel's in the gravel. Sebastian Vettel has made a mistake, or has something gone wrong with the car?
braking failure, front left, that's it.
By now, Alonso has been quietly overtaking everything that moves, climbing from last all the way up to P4.
Here's Alonso.
Trying to pass Timo Glock. I think Glock will fight him too hard.
Alonso just got through there on Pedro de la Rosa, so now into 9th place. Here he comes, and Alonso's through.
An easy move. This is Alonso then on Barrichello. The speed the Ferrari's got.
Man turned his spin into a speed run. At the same time, Lewis was charging too, trying to overtake Nando in the closing laps, until lap 56.
Oh no, Webber come through now, there's been
Just like that, boom, Button takes it.
The world champion from 2009, Jenson Button, makes it another Australian Grand Prix victory.
Only race 2, yet we're knee-deep in marinara and fish and chip. Up next, Malaysia, baby. Brutal heat, 80% humidity, everyone dripping before lights out, but Red Bull cool as ice. After 2 weekends of heartbreak, they were finally staring at a clean weekend. Amazing qualifying. Webber on pole, Seb right behind in third. Outcome?
Mark Webber away now, leading. Good start there by Kamui Kobayashi, coming out, darting quickly. Problem, one of the cars hasn't started at the back there. Mark Webber leads his way down there, and Vettel's already got into second place as well.
And Mark will be angry with himself there. He opened the door and Vettel just walked straight through it.
Jeez, this was Seb's playground now. In the meantime, Lewis, after having a nightmare Saturday, clawed his way up to 6th with some curious driving, I have to say.
Trump will go wide again. Lewis can come underneath. Petrol will cut in on him. And
Hamilton's going to have that one, isn't he? Straight through.
Now he's got to stay right. He's got to stay right because the Renault's fast enough down the straight at the moment with the slipstream. And
just weaving from side to side.
Now Lewis has got to stay at the inside this time. Petrov will not, I don't think, make it around there. Lewis will just run him ragged outside.
Alonso, on the other hand, was fighting a dying gearbox into the points until his engine blew on the penultimate lap.
Close it's been for a while. Having a look on the inside, and here goes to Alonso. Straight through there, but Button's got it back again. And Alonso tried there. Another smoke coming out there of the rear of the car. That was a good move then. That was the closest he's got now. Is there a problem?
Cylinder. Yeah, he's lost a cylinder.
Whoops. Well, lost a little bit more maybe, has he?
Yeah.
That's not good news for Fernando Alonso.
And we know that they've been using top revs to try to pass the McLarens from the message earlier on.
So rethink the championship table because the championship leader has had his first retirement.
Heartbreak. The roles had reversed. Now it was the Blues celebrating the Reds' failure.
He's been the fastest man on Saturday in both Bahrain and Australia, and now he's done it on a Sunday for Red Bull. The checkered flag falls, and at last the reliability holds. Sebastian Vettel wins in 2010.
Which, of course, meant China had to choke them right back. First things first, Paella Man jumped the start.
Is Vettel going to get there first now? Slightly sluggish, and Alonso makes a bit of a move, and looks alongside. Webber looks to have got ahead of Vettel. Alonso already into the lead though. Great start by him.
Jump start for Alonso, there's no doubt about it. Looking out of the window, Alonso could jump and start.
Instant 5-second penalty. Deserved. No VAR needed. But don't even dwell on that. Lift your head up. Look at the clouds. Because here comes the weather roulette. It starts dry, then it drizzles, then it pours. Literally every tyre strategy in the world happened. Half the grid boxed for inters. Some regretted it, some looked like geniuses. Jensen and Rosberg stayed out on slicks, just praying to Aquaman, and it worked. By lap 6, Hamilton and Vettel nearly crashed in the pit lane, like just a few centimeters apart from each other.
That's side by side,
isn't there as well?
Side by side, Hamilton and Vettel touching wheels.
Surely he's going to be investigated by the stewards. That's extraordinary.
Then on lap 17, Lewis pulls an amazing overtake on Schumacher.
Here he goes.
And that's difficult to defend. They've got a slow car on the inside, but the track's wide enough. And it's Michael now in the slipstream, and he'll be fancying
Has he got this right? Lewis has gone well wide, and Schumacher gone through, and he's ahead again. Although can Michael Schumacher come back, or has Lewis got it through? And Hamilton is ahead now.
Subtle foreshadowing, if you ask me. 2 safety cars. McLaren got a 1-2.
Jenson Button wins again. He's the world champion, and he's the championship leader. It's a McLaren 1-2.
Crazy race. Alonso, P4. But Red Bull wanted to teach a lesson about dominance, winning the next 2 races, locking out the front row again, this time in Spain. Webber took the lead and never gave it up.
We're underway now, and the Red Bulls start first, but will they get to the first corner first? Vettel moves right behind Mark Webber.
Webber goes to the inside to cover the line, then has to cover again.
Already, Lewis Hamilton moving towards Fernando Alonso. It's still Red Bull 1 and 2, but Hamilton having a look down on the inside, but it's still Red Bull 1 and 2.
Vettel's brakes almost exploded.
Oh dear me.
I think he's got a problem, a that caused that.
Button couldn't believe he was stuck behind him. Alonso took P2 because everything ahead of him had combusted.
Is that Hamilton?
That's Lewis Hamilton's gone off. Lewis Hamilton's lost it. Lewis Hamilton in second has gone off, and Lewis Hamilton's damaged it, and that could be out for him. So Alonso then will be promoted to second, which is why there's a roar around the crowd here.
Webber was starting to look like a title threat, not just a wingman. Alonso, always there when someone dropped the ball, every time. And keeping the streak in Monaco, Webber put it on pole and delivered the most boringly dominant win of the year.
The checkered flag will wait for Mark Webber. It'll wait for Mark Webber. It was Barcelona 1 week, Monaco the next. It's a winning weekend for the Australian. He's done it.
Vettel followed him home, never once getting a sniff. But the real magic was Alonso. He crashed in practice, starting from the pit lane and finished P6 in Monaco. He didn't just salvage points. For Monaco, that was like a win. Even in the worst case scenario, he'd still be there. But Red Bull, they were far from the well-oiled machine they wanted to be. And in nowhere was that clearer than Turkey. Red Bull was running 1-2, Webber ahead, Vettel losing. The message from the pit wall, you can race, but don't crash. So obviously, as we've seen a million times, this is what happened on lap 40.
Oh, dear, they come together!
What the f*** are we doing here? What a stupid action! I'm going home. You.
No way. The McLaren drivers fly by like it was gifted to them. But the important part here, Red Bull started to show the tension between the teammates for the title fight. And of course, they backed Vettel, their golden boy.
He was already ahead. He was at least 2 meters ahead, Sebastian. And there was a corner to the left side coming. So he had to go for the line. He can't brake on the dirt, because if he would do, for sure, he knows what happens, you know?
So to your mind, it's certainly Mark's fault?
Unnecessary, the whole situation.
Mark had the lead, Seb made the move. But the team blamed Webber for not moving over. From that point on, the gloves were off. This wasn't Vettel versus the grid, it was Vettel versus Webber. What should have been a dominant 1-2 ended with Red Bull losing points, trust, and whatever team unity they had left. And for Alonso, after finishing P8, the team knew they needed upgrades fast to stay in the title fight. Montreal was a pretty quiet race. The McLarens crushed it.
Checkered flag is out in Montreal, and Lewis Hamilton wins again in Canada. Jenson Button makes it a 1-2 for McLaren. What a perfect day.
And Alonso grabbed the last podium spot ahead of the Red Bulls. Average race. Nothing happened. Then in Valencia, Vettel won ahead of Hamilton, while Alonso only managed P8. But the win wasn't the only thing Red Bull conquered. Webber took control of the new product, Red Bull Airlines.
Oh no! Mark Webber's gone right up there.
This was one of the most dramatic moments of the season so far, but Webber didn't fail to be involved in these kind of moments, as he showed us at Silverstone. Let's set the scene. Red Bull had brought 2 new front wings, 2 drivers, 2 wings. Simple, right? Wrong. Because on Saturday, Vettel's brakes. And instead of going, well, tough luck, the team looks at Webber's car and says, we'll take that. What? Mark's wing stolen, given to Seb, and Webber says nothing.
Turkey, the team said there was no favouritism one way or the other. This afternoon, although Sebastian's wing fell off, it was you, Sebastian, who got the one version of the new front wing. Can you both comment on what you feel about that?
I think the team is happy with the result today. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know.
Doesn't punch a wall, doesn't call out the team. He just tightens the gloves and goes for the gap.
As the lights go out and we move away. Webber makes a charge, but so too does Vettel. Look at the 2 wheel-to-wheel, and Webber's got into the lead. And so Hamilton's charging through. Now they're wheel-to-wheel again, the 2 Red Bulls. And Vettel's got a little bit wide there. Webber into the lead so far. Great start by the Australian. 1-0 to him so far. Oh, and Vettel's gone off. Vettel's gone off at the Beckett's complex. He's rejoined, but Webber's streaking clear, and Vettel's way, way down the field. Almost coming to contact there.
Wow. Then the Aussie drops the quote of the season.
There is the checkered flag for Mark Webber. He was seething in qualifying yesterday, but he's successful on Sunday. He's the Aussie with his heart down under, but his home's just down the road, and he's won at Silverstone.
Well done, Mark. You drove very well today. Great job. You won the British Grand Prix. Well done.
Fantastic, guys. Not bad for a number 2 driver.
Suddenly, the entire paddock was Team Webber. Red Bull's favouritism had backfired. In Germany, Massa got off the line like a rocket, took the lead from Vettel into turn 1.
Away at Hockenheim. Vettel's clear. Alonso makes a move. Look at the bunt there, almost coming together. Alonso's coming through on the inside. Massa's though jumped into the lead. Astonishing start. 2 Ferraris, 1 and 2, and Vettel's third. What a start!
Held it, controlled it, looked like the Massa of 2008. But behind him, Alonso was closing, lap after lap. Not enough for a clean overtake, but enough for whispers. Then, lap 47, the infamous radio message.
Okay, so Fernando is faster than you. Can you confirm you understood that message?
2 laps later, Massa lifted. Alonso passed.
Guess what's happened? There is a crucial move in the championship. Never mind the race here in Germany. Fernando Alonso goes past or through Felipe Massa, his Ferrari teammate, and into the lead.
It wasn't subtle. It wasn't clever. It was awkward, slow, and obvious. Consequences immeasurable.
Here comes then Fernando Alonso. He started from the front row of the grid for the first time this season. Fernando Alonso wins again for Ferrari. Felipe Massa comes through in second.
Did you feel you deserved a win this afternoon?
Well, I think so. I mean, the start was just fantastic, and also the pace on the soft tires was really great, and then was struggling a little bit on the hard, but anyway, it was a very good race for us.
You were told by Rob Smedley, your race engineer, that Fernando was the faster car than yourself. A couple of laps later, turn 6 at the hairpin. Talk us through what happened.
Well, don't think I need to say anything about that.
Fernando managed to get past you. Did you make a mistake? Was it underbraking?
He passed me.
Boom! The FIA fined Ferrari €100,000. Not for issuing team orders, but for making it look too obvious. Still, they had what they wanted, their lead driver in the hunt. And just when you thought things couldn't get any more ridiculous, Hungary happened. The Bulls had the pace, no doubt. Vettel was dominating the weekend like he was on God mode. Pole? Check. Race lead? Easy. Victory? Practically engraved already, until the safety car came out.
Safety car's out.
Oh, so we got the safety. Now that's going to change things completely then.
The part of a front wing by the looks of it, in a very difficult place if that's on the exit of turn 11.
Where he would leave a big gap within the safety car. The FIA looked at it and penalised him with a drive-through. Race gone. And Webber, he won.
This is going to be a very, very impressive feeling for Mark Webber. He's coming now with just 1 quarter to go in the 12th round of the 2010 championship. And here comes Mark Webber. Vettel was on pole on Sunday, but it's Mark Webber winning then. And he now leads the World Championship, the winner of the Hungarian Grand Prix.
Simple, huh? Meanwhile, Alonso quietly snuck into P2. He left Budapest with a growing presence in everyone's rearview mirror. Lewis?
That's Lewis Hamilton's gone off the road, something's gone wrong. Now there were brake problems before the start of the race, but Lewis Hamilton is stopping. And that's Lewis Hamilton stopping and out of the Hungarian Grand Prix.
1 minute he was leading the title, the next he was watching from the garage. Button was technically present, scored 4 points, probably forgot the race even happened. And just like that, the summer break hit, with 5 drivers separated by just 20 points. Webber, Hamilton, Vettel, Button, Alonso. At this point, entering the summer break, the story was clear. Red Bull had the best car, but also the most tension. Alonso didn't have the best machinery, but he had the most nerve. And while Webber was rising and Seb was spiraling, Ferrari was ready to throw morals out the window to win. But only one looked like he had the poise to actually finish the job. And guess what? The best is yet to come. So the summer break is over, sun's gone, helmet's on, and the next battlefield? A 7-kilometer stretch of fear and Eau Rouge. Welcome to Spa, where Webber came back stronger than ever and took pole after winning the last race. But not for long, as he dropped to P6 just after the start.
They're away! Hamilton, and look at Kubica the way he's jet forward, and Webber's had a shocking start. Hamilton into the lead straight away, Button ahead of him and just coming through there, but Hamilton leading, Webber's dropped way back. He's back in 6th place already.
So this was an opportunity for the other RB driver, right?
Oh, there's a wrong there, Vettel.
Well, drive-through penalty, Button out. Vettel humiliated again. Hamilton led, went off at Rivage in the rain, recovered.
Oh, he's
Hamilton's gone off. Lewis Hamilton's gone off. Sutil, Schumacher and Kobayashi into the pits, and Hamilton's gone off. It's gone wrong.
No, he's going to get back on. It's okay, and he'll still be in the lead.
1.
McLaren came here knowing they had to score points. Jenson Button hasn't been able to, but Lewis Hamilton could get the full 25. Could McLaren regain the lead overall? Yep, it didn't happen for Lewis Hamilton as he wanted 2 years ago, but this time, when they needed to win, Lewis Hamilton has won at Spa.
He retook the championship lead. Webber took P2. Alonso?
Vettel's at the right time now. That's Alonso. Teddy's just gone spinning. Yeah. Alonso has gone spinning on the intermediate, and he's stuck in the middle of the track.
After Spa, Alonso realised he needed to do something else in order to fight for the championship again. 2 weeks later, we arrived at Monza, the Temple of Speed, Ferrari's Colosseum, the only place on earth where wearing red makes you a citizen. Ferrari had to do well in this race after the bad streak they had. Alonso makes it. He starts from pole, but Jenson Button gets the jump.
With the lights out, and away goes Alonso and Button together. Moves across there, but Button seems to have got the jump on the inside line there on Alonso, and he's in the lead. Alonso with Massa just there trying to crowd Jenson Button, but the McLaren driver, the world champion, leads into the first corner.
And the championship leader, Hamilton, tried to dive down the inside of Massa on lap 1.
They're coming together there from there to do it. Lewis Hamilton.
Broken steering arm. Hamilton is out.
He was out before the first lap was over. No points. The other McLaren leads, running the harder tyres. Ferrari's strategy after this? Masterclass. Lap 36, Alonso dives into the pits. Ferrari nails the stop, and as he exits, Alonso flies by. That's the undercut. That's the move.
He's got to accelerate away. There is Jenson Button. Here he comes. Has he got ahead of him? Yes, he has. Alonso is now coming through, and Jenson Button is wheel to wheel with him, and it looks like Alonso's got through. Button's trying on the outside just like Webber. This could be crucial. Massa's still out in front. Massa leads, Alonso second, Jenson Button third, and have Ferrari got the jump? Looks so at the moment.
Alonso crosses the line. Ferrari wins on home soil for the first time since 2006.
Rounding the Parabolica, what a feeling for Fernando Alonso. It's Forza Ferrari, Forza Fernando. He wins the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, and the championship challenge is back on.
The Tifosi erupt, flags everywhere, people running onto the track to celebrate. The title fight is alive. He moves from P5 to P3 in the standings. The dream is back, and Massa, he finishes third. Double podium, double goosebumps. Meanwhile, Vettel finished P4. It was a classic Ferrari, but this time in a good way. And this wasn't a one-hit wonder. Ferrari was on a streak. The city of lights, the humidity of hell. The track isn't about top speed, it's about finesse. And Alonso, he's dancing. Qualifying, pole. Race, lights to flag. Every single lap, fastest lap 2. That's a Grand Chelem. Pole, win, fastest lap, led every lap.
The man of the moment has the momentum as well for the championship. It's another win for Alonso. Ferrari win again from pole to flag. Has set the standard again.
First one in 6 years. A clean sweep. Alonso's form is back, and we have 4 races left. Behind him, Vettel has a faster car and can't do anything. 61 laps of pressure. 61 laps of Vettel waiting, hoping. Nope, Alonso doesn't blink. Not once. Meanwhile, behind the fight for the lead, Hamilton tries a bold move on Webber.
Webber has the inside line. Is they going to come together? Yes, they have. Yes, they have. But Webber's carried on. Hamilton, is he damaged?
Too bold. Webber survives somehow and gets P3. It's Alonso P1, Vettel P2, Webber P3. The standings explode. Webber still leads, but Alonso is just 11 points back. And Vettel, after this P2, he was definitely not happy. And he made sure to show us the Red Bull horns on Suzuka. The weather? Straight out of a disaster movie. Typhoon-level rain meant qualifying was pushed to Sunday morning. Vettel was untouchable. Pole, win, perfect weekend. Webber P2 and Alonso third. The Red Bulls are back in control, but Alonso's still right there, hanging on like a bulldog. Behind them, Hamilton fights back with a gearbox issue.
Lost third gear. I have lost third gear.
Understood, Lewis. We are looking into it.
P5, damage control. 3 races left, and we've got 3 contenders within 20 points. It's a title race with no script. And racing in a new track, that's a perfect recipe for chaos. Unfinished paddock, mud everywhere. And, of course, rain. That was the Korean GP. Massive delay, standing water. The race starts behind a safety car and stays there for 17 laps. The first actual lap of racing, lap 18. 3 laps later, chaos.
Webber's wide.
Oh, Webber's spinning round. Webber could counter crash.
Just like that, the championship leader is gone. Cue safety car number 2. Now Vettel leads, Alonso second, but Fernando can't touch him. Seb is flying. It's over. 25 points in the bag until lap 46.
Something's wrong.
Something's
That's
wrong.
Vettel's problem. And here comes Alonso. This is crucial. Vettel's got a problem and Alonso's through. Vettel has a problem. He's led all the way, and Kvyat prey now to Lewis Hamilton. Suddenly all the way, there's a problem. The engine seems to have gone. And Vettel, both Red Bulls look as if they're in the wars. We've lost Mark Webber, and now are we about to lose Sebastian Vettel?
Alonso inherits the lead. Ferrari stares at the timing screens like they've seen a ghost. He crosses the line. He wins.
He was saying in the summer, I'm going to win the World Championship, and few would have believed him because he was so far behind, but now he's just won his 3rd race in 4, and he now leads the championship with 2 races to go.
Now Alonso is leading the standings. Ferrari's back, and they didn't even have to sabotage anyone this time. We are reaching the end of the season, the penultimate round. The championship is on a knife's edge. Dream weekend for Red Bull. Vettel wins, Webber second, and Alonso third. Not ideal, but not a disaster. He still leads the championship, barely. Red Bull takes the constructors' title, but this isn't about that. This is about who's going to take the driver's crown. Here's how the standings look. Alonso 246, Webber 238, Vettel 231, Hamilton 222, Button 199. Mathematically still alive, but let's be honest. 3 main contenders, 1 finale, everything on the line. The world is watching. Spain is holding its breath. Australia's praying to the gods of downforce. Even though this looks promising for Alonso, you need to remember one thing. This is Ferrari. And Ferrari's like that one friend who somehow messes up the simplest things, even when everything's going fine. We're heading into Abu Dhabi, a million possibilities. And this is where it all starts to fall apart.
As we leave the grid in Abu Dhabi, Vettel moves forward. Alonso comes through, Button's got the jump. Alonso down into 4th. Hamilton goes close, but Vettel still leads.
Fernando Alonso, world champion in waiting. All he has to do is stay calm and finish ahead of Webber. You'd think having a points lead going into the final race of the season would make things easier. But remember, we're talking about Ferrari. Realistically, it's Alonso versus Webber, right? So Ferrari locks in on the guy they think is the threat, Mark Webber. The whole plan? Do what Webber does. If Webber pits, we pit. If Webber blinks twice, we launch a tactical missile. That kind of overcommitment. And yeah, they fully ignored the other Red Bull, the one that still had a mathematical shot at the title, some guy named Vettel. Now here's where the comedy turns tragic. Lap 11, Webber kisses the wall, pits early.
Webber, as he went across on the curb, running very close, very close then to the Armco.
Lose the rear tyres, mate, lose the rear tyres.
Box. It's Webber. He's coming in early.
This dropped him into traffic, behind a few cars who started on harder tyres and weren't stopping anytime soon. And of course, Ferrari didn't realise this. They panicked. No calculations, no waiting, no checking where Vettel is. This has to be the perfect race. Remember, they're fighting for the title. They can't take any chances. They drag Alonso into the pits 3 laps later to cover Webber.
Okay, mate, box now. We need a perfect stop. And we'll beat Webber.
You'd think they'd double check where Vettel is, or even just look at the track map.
Here comes Alonso out of that pit lane, and there is Mark Webber. He's done it, has he? Has Alonso got out ahead? It seems he has.
But nope, instead of coming out in clean air, same story with Webber. Alonso gets dumped straight into the midfield blender, right behind Vitaly Petrov.
Okay, Vitaly, Alonso behind you now. You are racing him.
Okay.
And Petrov, he was not playing games. The Renault driver becomes an absolute titanium wall for 40 straight laps. Alonso tries everything. Switchbacks, dive bombs, fake moves. Nothing works. Ferrari even asks him to take risks.
Use the best of your talent. We know how big it is. Use it.
And here comes Alonso going through the inside of Petrov, but he's careful not to do. He's almost going off the track. He has gone off the track. He cannot gain position though. Petrov's got through, and Alonso there. A little mistake.
Petrov doesn't even flinch. Man doesn't care that he's not in the title fight. He's out there protecting P6 like it's sacred land. He even tries to take the safety car to the track as his last option.
There is a bollard in 10-14 in the middle of the track. Dangerous. Heavy safety car.
Meanwhile, Vettel, he's in another league. They didn't tell him anything over the radio. The team just let him cook in silence. And when he crossed the finish line...
And now Sebastian Vettel wins in Abu Dhabi to be Drivers' Champion for 2010. It's a double for Red Bull.
You just wait, Sunshine. You just wait. You wait. We just need the 2 cars, mate. Just those 2 cars.
Petrov now coming across for 6th place. There is the checkered flag. Alonso going for it. And they've done it. They will celebrate.
Du bist Weltmeister. Sebastian Vettel, you are the world champion. You are the man.
Yes!
Goosebumps. And somehow, the guy who started the race 3rd in the standings walks away as the youngest world champ in history. The Red Bull garage explodes. Drivers and Constructors Championship for the first time ever. And Alonso? Imagine bouncing back after being almost 50 points from the lead and losing the championship by just 4 points. This is the real heartbreak. Ferrari just got clowned by their own strategy. They got baited by an early pit stop and they locked themselves into a race-ruining mistake before lap 15. The look on Alonso's face after the race said everything. Turns out, the worst way to lose a championship isn't on track. It's in your own damn garage, holding a strategy sheet upside down. So yeah, that's how Ferrari fumbled one of the most winnable championships in F1 history. Peak Ferrari behavior. If you enjoyed this chaos-fueled breakdown and Ferrari screwing up, go and take a look at what happened to Sebastian Vettel when he decided to try Ferrari. And as always, thank you for watching.